It is June 10th, 2024, and if you hear some noise in the background, my spouse has a metal shop and they're working on a project right now. It's really buggy out here, and I didn't wear my net, and my dog has an injury on his knee and is very interested in eating the soil out here, so I'm gonna do the best I can to get a good tour of where we're at. Most things are out here, but you know, it's early June, so not a lot happening other than with herbs. So we have green onions and then some large bulbs on the end, and then all of this, the rest of this is carrots. They've just been planting at different times, so you can see that some of them have come up and some of them haven't yet. Our tall bed, you can see the onions are insane. And here's where like a squirrel dug in. Oh my gosh, these bugs. They're doing really well. So the strawberry bed, my little netting is working well, but the strawberries didn't come back on this side for some reason. And no matter how many times I pull out these violas, they still come in. So something is going on over the winter with like these not surviving. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that. I need to insulate them better somehow or protect them from the wind. Next to the strawberry bed, we have our green beans, which you can see are coming up, and I planted really close together. And then a watermelon, which isn't coming along very well, but it hasn't been really warm enough for watermelon to really come out. This is the rhubarb, which we're not going to take any from this year. And look, we had one little tiny asparagus come up. So cute. The blackberries seem to be doing okay. They've survived at least 12 floods in here where the water like has been up this high, but they're still living, so we'll see. They're not supposed to make any blackberries this year. Maybe next year if they make it through the winter. All right, this was all radish, and I've already harvested those, and now I've replanted with carrots. And we've got some kale and spinach. And I just have to say, when I direct sow leafy greens, like, it's not very good germination rate, because I probably sowed like 15 spinach plants and there's like 2. And same with that. Nasturtiums right over there. And then the zucchini are finally starting to come in. I'm using a smaller zucchini than last year for small growing spots. And so they're supposed to just make smaller zucchinis as well. All right, and the rest of this row, these are have just gotten in. So this is my pepper bed, and we have had crazy wind, like 20, 30 mile an hour, and it's been decimating my peppers. So what I need to do that I've seen other people in my area do is they get buckets and cut off the bottom and then put them over the top of the peppers and tomatoes. Oh my gosh, that's loud. Put buckets on top of the peppers to help protect them from the wind until they get a little bit stronger outdoors. And you see I've got marigolds and basically onions everywhere to help with aphids, because I had an aphid problem last year with my peppers. So here are my tomatoes, and because they were more delicate than the peppers, I did take these planters and put them over to help, but now they've grown above it. I've got rosemary in here and marigolds. I've got cucumbers on this side, and my spouse is going to make an arch in here for them. Okay, my potatoes are flowering. The reds have almost finished flowering, and the Irish cobbler have just started flowering. So I think we've got a few more weeks before everything dies back, and then we can pull those up. All right, I made a really big netting situation for my blueberries, and the little guys that I had are surviving fine, but the new one I bought has totally died. And I don't know why. It had tons of blooms on it, But this little guy, it looks like we're gonna get at least 8 blueberries because he's got blueberries on him. This guy has onions all around him, planted at different times, so they're in different stages. And then acorn squash. My spouse loves acorn squash. They seem to be doing pretty good. No bed here. Kind of disappointed that hasn't happened yet, but it is what it is. Mostly herbs, and I've got 2 cherry tomatoes, which are surviving somewhat the crazy wind we've been having. And then I've got 2 banana peppers over there. They're struggling a little bit and looking a little yellowish, so I don't know about them. I'm gonna start harvesting herbs today. This is my chamomile plant. This is my chamomile plant, and I already came out and plucked some of the flowers because of the certain time of day it's apparently best to pluck them. And then here we've got onions, carrots, and I just planted some more. And then this is some head lettuce. I'm trying to see if I can get some head lettuce to come up. It'd be great to just I could just eat the leaves now, but it is supposed to form a ball and a head, so I'm trying to see if I can let that happen. I'm actually having a little bit of a difficult time breathing, so I'm not going to say much more other than it's been really rainy and really buggy, and things are just getting started. So by the end of this month, it'll start to look like a lot more. I'm gonna go inside out of the air so I can breathe again. All right, that was June.